Good evening. My name is Maureen Power and I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator at St. John's, Newfoundland, Canada. My main objective is to hopefully remove people from their everyday stresses and to help you expand your creativity in stamping. Right now we have a fantastic starter kit promotion on the go, and you can get $220 worth of product for $135, no shipping and no taxes. So if you're interested in that, just reach out to me and we would love to have you aboard our team. I am in the process right now of finishing up the Grow with Love series that I had started. And these are the dies. You're on my mind, from the Garden of. Thanks so much for your love and care. And then you have these herbs and Grown with Love. There's also dies that come with those. There's some nice sentiment dies, and then this is a frame. And then these are the 4 flowers that you can cut out as well. I'm not showing my face tonight because I have a very red nose from coughing and sneezing all day. So I'm hoping to get through this video without starting to cough. This is the final card we're going to make tonight, and I'm going to do it a little bit different. Excuse me. The other 3 cards we have made was this one here. We made this one. And this is probably one of my favorite cards that I've made using this set. Okay, so these are the 3 that we've made so far. Next month's kits, or this month, May actually, this is the set we're going to use, which is the Daydream. Delightful Wishes. So this is the set. I only have 1 card made so far for May SIP. Okay, so this is the one we're making tonight. There is a lot of pieces, but it's going to go up relatively fast. Okay, so our card base is cut at 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. I don't see my scoring blade, so I'll use my finger. Oh, here it is. Then we have a piece of Gorgeous Scrape. No, Holland Heather, I'm sorry. And that is cut at 5 1/4 by 4, and that is going to go there. So I'm going to put that on right away. Get as many pieces out of the way as we can. And I can't see any comments, so I will respond later. So here we go. Then I have a piece of the Bouquet DSP, and that is cut at 5 1/8 by 3 7/8, because there's going to be a very, very thin border around that. Okay, so let's put that down. We get all these pieces out of our way. All right, so I'm going to move that aside. Then I have a piece of Gray Granite, and that is, well, there's no real cut size on that. Let's do some stamping. Okay, I want to use, and I'm running out of stamps for all of this tonight, so I'm going to have to clean some stamps as I go. I did order some extra stamp blocks, actually. It's blocks that I'm running out of, not stamps. Okay, so we're going to Wishing You All the Best. And I'm going to clean that right away because I am going to need that block again. So I'm going to put that aside. Some of the stamp sets that I'm using, this one here is a new one, Sentimental Framing. And this is the one I'm using, Wishing You All the Best. I love some of the sentiments on this one. And that one is got a lot of framing dies, and I'll show you them in another video. I'm also using the Country Flowers. I'm using these two out of the Country Flowers. And I'm also using this one here out of the Planted Paradise, which just, let me see something. No, I'm okay with what I got. Okay. So I'm finished with the Secret Sky, which is one of our new colors. It's kind of a grayish black. It's not real black. Now I'm going to stamp my, do I have them there? I don't have them on blocks yet. Okay, so what I got on blocks now are these four. So I'm going to bring in, which I just had and lost. I don't know how you lose silicone. Oh, here it is, a silicone mat. But here it is. So the first one I'm going to do in Mossy Meadow is this one here. I just find this a quicker way to do, and I'm just going to go tap, tap, tap. This one doesn't have a lot of color in it, even though I had inked it back up. I'm thinking I need a new pad in that one. Okay, so I'm just going to go over it. And there it is. It's not very dark. So I'm going to, what am I going to do with that? I'll use that one, I guess. Because I do have a light color one on my thing. And I'm thinking I need a new Mossy Meadow. All right, next one I'm going to do is this one here. And I'm going to do that in Granny Apple Green. And I'm just hoping I lined them up okay. That one's not too bad. That's a little darker than what I had before. So I couldn't remember exactly what colors I used. But that's not, it's not the end of the world. You can use whatever colors you want, really. All right, so that's that one. Then I'm going to do this one. And I'm going to do that one in Old Olive. Oh, this is not how I meant to do them. Let me tell you something else, okay? When you have this type, get rid of my Old Olive. When you have this type, the best way to do it, I'm not really with it all tonight, as you'll soon discover. Okay, so let's clean that off. The best way to do this, and I need another block, so I got to do a bit of cleaning. So let's get rid of these, because I am going to need more blocks. And you've probably noticed I didn't have my card a day. I've been posting a card a day in May, but I haven't really been up to it the last 2 days. And I'm hoping now to kind of get back into doing all that stuff. So the easiest way to do it is to lay it on top and get another block and press it down when you're doing the red rubber. Although I didn't do it all that great. Okay, now I'm going to trim a little bit off of some of them, because some of them got way too much on them. So just give me a second. I'm going to do a little trim around some of these where I didn't do so great. All right. So that one will do. That one is okay, because the bottom of the leaves are going to be underneath the planter. This one is not so great. What's everybody drinking today? I've got a hot cup of tea, actually, hoping that that's going to... I don't have a sore throat, but I got a bit of a raspy throat. I've been fighting this for, well, ever since Sunday, I guess. And it's finally after taking a bit of a hold on me. And I think I'll leave that one alone. All right, so let's get rid of these. Now, they're done and ready to go. Now I want to do my pots. So have I got enough blocks? Let's see. I have this one, and I have this one. So I think I do have enough. Now these ones are polymer. That are polymer, so you can see through them, and that's when you would do it the way I was trying to do it earlier. Just bear with me for 1 second. All right, I'm back. Now, I am going to stamp these in gray granite and smoky slate. So let's do the gray granite. You see how you can see so much better. And then, oh, that was smoky slate, I'm sorry. And now I'm going to do this one in gray granite. Okay. And I have 2 more pots to stamp. And I don't even think I included him in my pieces, come to think of it now that I look at it. And maybe it's because I can cut them out pretty simple. So I'm going to get a scrap of white. I always got scraps of white there. And I'm going to use Bubble Bath M1. It's a very light color. And then I'm going to use Strawberry Slush, which I'm not even going to clean this off, really, because it's a much darker color. So we're going to have 2 pots that are just colored in. And Strawberry Slush is a returning color, but it's in our new colors for this year. So let's quickly cut these out, fussy cut. I hope everybody's having a good evening. It's been a beautiful day. I spent the afternoon taking a nap, believe it or not, because I kind of wanted to go ahead with a video this evening because it's been a while. I think it's 2 weeks now that I've missed, and I really didn't want to miss another week. So next week I will try to do 2 cards to catch up on what I've missed, because tonight was supposed to be starting the new set. I also have prizes for Judy Minlove and Gail Rendell, and I will try to get those to you guys, hopefully get them out this week. Now, these ones here, I'm going to do a little bit of coloring. And these are going to have a little bit of a rustic look. So what I'm going to do is take my light pecan pie. So the first thing I'm going to do is color it all in. And I'm just going to do very rough coloring. And this is in the light smoky, okay? As you can see, it's just a very, very rough coloring. So now what I'm going to do is use the dark, but I'm going to use the fine tip. And I'm just going to, whoops, kind of highlight these areas here. And then I'm going to come in with my bullet section in circular motions. And just go across there. And I might even just put a few little streaks going down through here. But what I want to do is take the pecan pie and just put some kind of a rusty look to it. Come back in with my light. Is this my light? No, it's my dark. So come back in with my light. I'm going to use this tip. Okay, and the pot is going to have a little bit of rust right here as well. So then I'm going to go back over it. Each time you go over it too, you're going to get a little darker area. But there's your rust. Now, what I'm also going to do is take my color lifter, and I have a new one here right now, so this one will work fairly well. And I'm going to use my bullet part, and I'm just going to go back and forth here a little bit. So that'll remove a little bit of the color out of the center of the pot. And I'll show you that again now in a little bit when it's all finished. So I'm going to do the same thing with this one, but this time I'm going to use my gray granite. And this is my light. So let's go across with that. Gray granite is a little bit different than, it's kind of like a brownish gray. A beigey gray, I guess. And the tip on this is pretty well gone. I think I'm going to have to get a new one of that. That's one thing with your blending brushes. You really have to be conscious of your tips. Not so much the bullet, but the brush part. You really have to be careful that you don't use the top part. And sometimes when you're having classes, it's hard to see what everybody is doing. Okay, so I'm going to use the dark, but I'm going to use the bullet part. And I'm just going to color this in. And I'm going to put a dark spot down here too. Okay, then I'm going to once again take this, and I'm just going to randomly put some marks across there. Take my light again, and oh, this is my bullet, that won't work. So I'm going to take this and drag that over and just kind of drag the color a bit. Then I will drag it from this side. I just wanted to do something a little different tonight than having it just a plain. Now there you can see how that color lifter lifted out the color. Now I had too much color lifted on my light smoky slate. Yeah, I had too much color lifted on this side, so it's just to come back in and just put a bit more back in there. That's all you have to do. All right. And now I'm going to the gray granite light, excuse me, and I'm just going to put a bit more here because I don't think I have enough. And I'll just take that tip and go there. Take my color lifter and just go down, randomly go down through the middle. The top part needs a little bit more, and I'm taking the bullet again. So we just do a bit more on top. Now, we're ready to put this card together. The first thing I'm going to do, I'm just too tired to haul out a machine, so I am going to fussy cut my sentiment. I'm sure nobody minds. There's so many different ways you can do things. And I don't mind fussy cutting, so some people despise it. Our new catalog, by the way, has started. And there's more new things in on our online exclusives, which that's going to get a different heading. I can't remember the date that's going to change, but I will certainly keep you abreast of that. They're going to streamline a little bit better where everything is. Am I in the camera, by the way? I'm not even sure if I'm in the camera because I'm not stood up right now. I'm sitting. And let's cut this across and then just go up where the W is. Grab it. Okay. So here's our pieces. These ones here are the ones that are in this kit right now, okay? So the first thing we're going to do, and I don't even think I took my gems out tonight. Well, you all know that gems can go on it. Do you see how that kind of looks like a rusty pot? And that's all you have to do. Now, you can even put another color in there if you like. You can put a little tiny bit of pumpkin pie or whatever you really like to do. All right, now I'm going to glue these pieces in my pots. And what I like to do is kind of snip this up a bit so that can be kind of stuck in the pot like that, okay? So I'm going to put a little bit of glue here. And I'm going to put that there. All right. Oops. And before it dries, I'm going to take my dimensionals and put one right on top of that. And I'm going to put a couple along here. Am I still in the camera? Okay, so I'm just going to put that aside. That's one. Then I want to put this other bigger one in here. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to snip up through here. And I might even snip this piece off, because I want it to kind of go down into the pot. Something like that. Come up out of the pot. So in this case, I'm going, no, wait, no, that's wrong, because the stalk got to go down. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to snip that one off. And then I can do it like that, because it looks like it's coming up out of the pot. All right, so in this one, I'm just going to put a bit of glue here. If it'll come out, and here. And I'm just going to lay that right there on top of the pot, because it looks like it's coming out of the pot. I'm going to turn it over and put my dimensionals on it, and one is going to be holding these two together. Okay. Then I have these two, which these are pretty good. They can just kind of come up out of the pot like that, and you can go down further to make it look like it's fuller. So that's what I'm going to do there. I love all these plants. If anybody's been to my house, you know how my husband has plants all over the place. I'm not the the potted person, but my husband really likes plants. Okay, so then we have this one here, and you can do the same thing. You can kind of bring it down, and if you need to, you can even snip off a piece. If you really want to bring it down further, you can snip off a piece, and See how that looks a little better? So let's put a bit of glue there. And you don't need a lot of Tombow glue. Liquid glue or... Okay. And then I'm going to put one on either side, here and here. And that's all I'm going to do with that one. So now let's bring our card back in. The first thing I want to do is put my sentiment on, because that'll kind of help me judge where I'm going to put everything else. So I'm going to round this a little bit where she's kind of gone crazy, wonky. All right, I'm going to put a little bit of glue right along here. And then I'm going to turn it over. And this is where I'm going to lay this down. I got a little bit of glue there, so I'll get that off. If you can get it off with your finger, great. If not, use the use one of those, and that'll take any of the ink off for you. All right, now, so let's just play with this for a minute. I don't want that over there because it's going to be too high. So you'd want to put that kind of towards the end. This one is not so bad. And then these, you can judge it and put some behind and some in the front. But I think I want to cover up this handle. And I probably don't mind the spout of the kettle. But let's move these. I kind of like that one there. And that one behind there. So let's just play with it for a bit. I kind of want this green to be very pronounced. Or this strawberry slush. So I'm going to put that one there. Then this one can be there and have the kettle. So these two are going to go down first. So let's see where my kettle is going to go, or my pail. And then I want this one to go. And you know what? If this pail is going to be underneath, you can even snip that off, because it's kind of getting in the way. All right. So let's peel these. And let's put that underneath there like that. I want that to be on top. That is a little bit crooked, so we'll move that. Now I'll press it down. The teapot I'm going to put down next. So you see, you can use multiple stamp sets at the one time. You don't have to, when you're crafting, you don't have to stick with one stamp set. Now this one, I kind of want under the teapot part, but I still want it showing. And of course, there will be gems going on that, but I don't have them with me now, and I'm not going to go look for them. So, do you prefer it with the colouring or without the colouring? I can always colour that even though it's on, because it's only a matter of lifting it up. I was just quickly making that card originally, and I never did get back to doing the colouring. But I love this technique of having a little bit of rust on your pots. So, with this set, we now have, I'll take this one out of here. We now have completed the 4 cards for the month. So, what do you think? And which card is probably the one you like best? Let me know in the comments. Okay, so there it is. Reach out to me if you would like a catalog. Also, if anybody is interested in the starter kit, also reach out to me and we can discuss that further. It is a great offer right now for anybody who has a long list and would like to get more bang for your buck. So reach out to me. And that completes this. And like I said, next month we'll start with this one here. All right. So thank you for joining me. And I hope to see you all again next week. Take care, everyone.